This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Here in Elgin, Oklahoma on the Oklahoma Sports Network as we get set for kickoff between the Cache Bulldogs and the Elgin Owls. Should be an exciting one, a big rivalry game. And Elgin's taking this seriously. They've got the all-black uniforms on today, fresh off of a, you're going to hear me right on this, 76-0 win over Anadarko in their first game last week. That's a one that got out of hand pretty early, and Elgin scored 70 in the first half, kind of pulled the Dogs back, and still won that game 76-0. Cache coming off a win of their own, 19-7 against Altus at home, kind of sputtering in the middle of that game and then finishing off very strong. But when you get to a rivalry game, Chuck, anything can happen.
Yes, sir. I mean, you just throw the records out the window and go out and have a dogfight.
Coach Griffin is certainly expecting a dogfight here tonight, and he said, hey, you never know. That's why we play the games. He said, I've showed him tapes of, you guys watched the Clemson game the other day, showed him Texas State beating Baylor. He said, hey, things happen. There's a reason that they play the games, and so he said, we're here. Might as well get us a win while we're here. You're watching Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Hillary Communications, always innovating because every community matters, providing top-quality telephone and internet service. Visit their website at hillary.com. We'll be back in just a minute here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
.4D Landscaping and Irrigation has been providing top-rated professional landscape and irrigation services for the past 25 years. They take your vision for that perfect landscaping project for your home, new construction, or business and make it a reality with their easy financing options. You'll want to make sure to ask them about their seasonal services too. 4D Landscaping and Irrigation. Call 510-9983.
At Miller Noble Heating and Air Conditioning, we offer preventive maintenance agreements, summer tune-ups, and service calls. During the summer, when your air conditioner breaks, you have to give us a call. Well, with preventive maintenance agreements, it prevents that. We go out, service the air conditioners, and prep them so they don't fail on you in the peak time of the year. The U.S. Department of Energy states that you can save up to 30% of your utility bill by having your system properly maintained.
Step into the best chapter of your life, one with rheumatology care from a provider who focuses on your well-being and getting you back to what matters most. Dr. Shahzad is dedicated to building long-lasting relationships based on trust and medical integrity with every single patient. Schedule your telemedicine appointment today. Don't let rheumatoid arthritis or other inflammatory conditions stop you from enjoying life. MMG, the power of many for the benefit of one.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
Arrow Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, Arrow Sign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. Arrow Sign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network as we get settled for the Battle of the Wichitas. Should be a fun one tonight. Take a look at the schedule sponsor brought to you by the Orchard Group, Morgan Stanley. Look at our schedule. Morgan Group, Morgan Stanley, the key to financial success of taking care of your family tree. For more info, please visit their team website or call 580-354-7475. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. You look at the schedule there. We're going to have a week off next week, so right before we get into district play, after this will be our third game because we did play in week 0, so playing Elgin tonight. Then we're going to have a week off, and then we get right into district play at home against Woodward. Talked to Coach Griffin a little bit. He said, he's been watching some of the scores and seeing some of the games in the district, and he says he's pleasantly surprised at where things are at right now. He said he sees certainly some opportunities. Thinks they can make the playoffs with the way the schedule is set up. Now, a lot of things are going to come down to maybe tripping a team up like Elk City or somebody like that. But he's fairly confident now. Weatherford, I think, he said he was going to go maybe check that out. Elgin will be playing Weatherford next week on the road. That should be a really good one. Weatherford right now looks like the best team in our district, and so that's certainly way down the line. We got a while till that one. We don't really know a whole lot about Clinton yet. So that's your schedule brought to you by Orchard Group, Morgan Stanley. Now for your keys to the game. Chuck Yakiani.
Offensively for the Bulldogs, one of the main things is to execute. The kids got to know their assignment, and they got to know who to block, what hole to hit, just because a team like Elgin, you can't make the mistakes so they'll be magnified like they were against Tuttle.
Yeah.
They have to take care of the football because in the last 2 games we've seen them put the ball on the ground too many times, and they have to control the ball, control the clock, because the longer that the Bulldogs have it, the less time the Owls have it. Defensively, one of the keys would be alignment. Know where to line up, and then be disciplined enough in your gap and to control the line of scrimmage. And lastly, tackling is a must. We've got to finish the tackles.
So talked to Farron about the tackling. I said, from week 1 or week 0 to week 1, from the first game to the second game, it looked better. Tuttle, the tackling was it was not good. That's being kind, I think. And then last week I said, Coach, the tackling was better. And he said, yeah. He said, still not where we need it to be. He said the tackling it just wasn't, it's not right where we want it yet. So he said, they got onto the coaching staff. They had a little come to Jesus meeting about the tackling, how that need to be fixed because tonight, if you miss tackles, Elgin's got the guys that will take the ball to the house on a missed tackle. You can't afford that in any game. And really, if you look at football across the board, it doesn't really matter what level you're on, high school, college, NFL, missed tackles are going to cost you a lot. They're going to cost you in pretty much every game. It really does get down to just the basic fundamentals, right? Tackling, lining up correctly. First week against Tuttle, the reason they were having such a hard time against the run wasn't because they were not tackling great. That was going to be a byproduct of what happened. They didn't line up in the right formation half the time, so they didn't adjust correctly. And so because they're out of position, they're missing all tackles because they're having to use their speed and they're overrunning things. And so the fundamentals are huge. And I think Elgin has talent for sure, but they're not unbeatable. Defensively, I think Cash can. The key to me, I think offensively Cash can hang in there. Cash isn't going to be the type of team that goes out and scores 50 points. This is not going to happen. They're not built that way. And Coach Griffin's okay with that. He's sure he'd like that. That's not going to happen. But they can score enough to win. The key is going to be their defense. And if they can just keep Elgin to 21-28 tonight, they're going to have a chance.
Yes. Elgin is a talented team. They've got speed, they got size, and they're very disciplined. So
you got to give props to Chalmer Wyatt for resurrecting this program. Really was kind of dead. Everybody last year thought, hey, they're moving to 5A. This is not going to work out well, and they made a really big run last year. Of course, they got beat by Guthrie in the first round of the playoffs, but they're good. It's a good team. They've got skill players all over the place. Their numbers look phenomenal for them. I mean, the last couple of years, of course, when you have success, you're going to have more people come out. They've got quite a few people out there, and they look like a football team. They look pretty physical to me. They look like they belong. And so, yeah, that's your keys to the game. Thanks, Chuck, for that. We'll be back here in just a minute on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Becker Raybon Funeral Home has been serving the funeral needs of Southwest Oklahoma since 1940 and is owned by the Raybon family. We believe family ownership makes a great difference in the care and service your family receives. Their staff is eager to find ways to assist you. Whether it's with live streaming or benefit assistance, we can help. When it comes to measuring personal levels of service, there are other funeral homes, and then there is ours. Becker Raybon Funeral Home, 15.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Bar S Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Here at Classic Lawton Chevrolet, we love our community and we want to show our appreciation.
We offer savings for military, first responders, college students, and educators, giving back to those who give everything they've got.
What's in your driveway? You don't have to come onto the lot. We'll bring it to you.
Get a 360-degree view and video summary of every vehicle. Top dollar for your trade and even get pre-approved. ClassicChevyNation.com.
What's in your driveway?
Enjoy the difference.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, get set for kickoff. Thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us from tonight. Now, I'll take a think about the weather tonight. It has cooled down a little bit tonight, but what I heard, and I hope the rumor is true, that today was supposed to be the last 100 that we see this year unless something crazy happens. Color me pretty excited because this big boy up here doesn't like the heat. Just sweating, walking up the stairs, coming up to the press box here tonight, so I'm thankful that it is cooled down. We got a little bit of breeze on the field. I think it's going to be interesting to note the breeze. We can't see the flags right now, but I want to thank Ethan Liddell on the camera. He says he's going to focus on the flag here in a second to show you. But we'll see the United States flag as they do the national anthem. And you're going to see us blowing pretty hard. The northeast wind, I think that will certainly have an effect on the kicking game here in just a little bit. But also have an effect on the game is Cash has some players back tonight, Chuck. Let's take a look at the starting lineups.
Starting offensively for the Bulldogs at wide receiver, R.J. Samuels, Alex Heidebrack, and Logan Crawford. At tight end, Gunnar Tate. H-back, Kyrie Coleman. Tailback, Connor Muldowney. At left tackle, Case Hardzog, but I think Christian Bennett came back from.
Christian Bennett will be back, yep.
Nishan Barker. At left guard, center, Reuben Cable. Right guard, Jacob Hudson. Right tackle, Blake Burgess. And at quarterback, Tyler Harbin.
So Christian Bennett's supposed to be back. That's the word. I don't know if we'll see here in a little bit for sure what's going on with that, but he is supposed to be back. That's a big thing. And they said last week when they found out he was out, it was kind of a heads-down situation for Cash. Offensively, I think they are, of course, I'll let you guys know. If you don't know, there is a move-in. I didn't quite catch his name, but he'll be here for district play. I guess was originally at Cash. You'll see him number 32. So going to be a running back for us. Coach Griffin is super excited to have him on board. But offensively speaking, last week what I did notice is the snap thing got under control, right?
Yes.
So from the first week to the second week, that was huge. And that was a big part of why things went south against Tuttle was that snap. They couldn't get that corrected. They fixed that. Now just on offense, just the little small things. Again, talking about fundamentals, just the shooting yourself in the foot type of thing. All those players are certainly very capable. I liked what we saw from Connor Muldowney last week. I liked what we saw from Tyler Harbin last week. I think Logan Crawford played a pretty good game. I think Josiah Thomas played. I think they've got the skill guys up front really is where they need to kind of to take control. Now, what about the defense?
Defensively, Nishan Barker is back. He'll split time with Jarius Daniels at nose guard. Mike Rodriguez is out because of a knee injury that happened last week against
that's unfortunate.
Altus. Jacob Hudson will be the net spot. Connor Muldowney and Christian Bennett at the ends. Strong side linebacker, Case Hardzog. Middle linebacker, Gunnar Tate. Backside linebacker, Braden Kavanaugh. Strong safety, Camden Hance, Free safety, Logan Crawford. And at your corners, Avery Lawson and Alex Heidebrack.
And I think a couple of those guys that you mentioned there, Alex Heidebright really stood out offensively last week on that fake punt, went up to grab that ball, and that was kind of a turning point in that game. That's your starting lineup. We'll be back here in just a minute on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Check out the new Westside Ace Hardware and Carpet One. Our huge showroom is filled with the latest in home flooring and stocked with all your project needs. Come in today and see what you've been missing. The new Westside Ace Hardware and Carpet One, directly behind Wayne's Drive-In on Cash Road. Experience the new Westside Carpet One. Our showroom is filled with the latest floor covering and interior design trends, and our experienced staff will make your satisfaction a priority. The all-new Westside Carpet One, behind Wayne's Drive-In on Cash Road.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. So at Firehouse Subs, we don't just make subs. We make subs that are big, bold, and craveable. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Whether you order online or on our app, Firehouse Subs Rapid Rescue to Go will have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Come on, team, let's go!
Guys, the toilet's clogged! Stop again! Oh, that's gross.
Unnecessary clogging. 30-minute fix. We'll have you back and using the toilet in no time.
Don't let bad plumbing penalize you. Call Whitehead Plumbing today.
Ah!
When plumbing problems hit hard like a linebacker, call an audible. Whitehead Plumbing is here to tackle them head on.
Whitehead Plumbing, the real MVPs.
Yeah!
Woo!
We're your plumbing MVP.
Yeah, what's up? I need to use the bathroom, man. You gotta do number one or number two. Number two. Well, come on in. At McCracken Portable Toilets and Septic, we're number one when it comes to number two.
For all of your portable toilet and septic needs, see McCracken Portable Toilets and Septic. Perfect for construction sites to special events. Call McCracken Portable Toilets and Septic at 580-704-9332. We're number one when it comes to number two.
College is about more than just a degree.
It's a journey that will shape your future and change your life. That's why MSU Texas provides a place to find your passion,
to connect with others,
and discover who you truly are.
We're dedicated to providing a well-rounded education that prepares you for a variety of careers.
You'll have everything you need to pursue your dreams at MSU Texas.
Start your journey. For more information, visit msutexas.edu.
back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network as we get closer to kickoff, about 9 minutes left here. Again, thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us from tonight. We are all over the place as far as where you can find us. We're probably a little bit all over the place while we're in the booth as well. But we're everywhere. You can find us on, I think we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook. We are pretty much on every platform that's out there. You can watch the game on YouTube. You can watch the game on oksportsnet.com or any of the apps on any of the platforms. So thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us from tonight. Now look for the officiating crew. Jackson Stone, they are out of Duncan. Jackson Stone, Darryl Rowland, Scott Stone, Brian Waugh, and Rex Outhier. Very stand-up guys right away. I went and talked to them, and they said, "You're wanting a card, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Where's the card? And they were like, "Here it is." And so they knew what I was looking for. Coach Griffin said he's had these guys before, and Coach Griffin, I liked it, what he said. I like his professionalism. He said, "Listen, the officiating so far this year has been really good." He said, "I haven't had a lot of issues. I've had some good veteran crews. Everybody have been done very well," and he makes sure that he tells them that because these guys are also taking some time off, most of them from their normal jobs, to go on the road to do stuff like this, and they are just people like us, and they're going to make mistakes from time to time, and because they're the few guys out there, a lot of people see when they do mess up, and it's just going to happen, right? It's hard to. I was watching something the other day. I'm a big baseball guy, and they basically can analyze every single call that a baseball umpire makes, especially behind home plate. Some of those guys that get paid a whole lot of money to do that, have been doing it for a long time, are just not very good at it. And it's amazing to have the officiating crews that we have here in high school and the dedication. By the way, the state of Oklahoma is always looking for refs, so if you want to do that, just Google, Oklahoma Official Association, I believe, or Referee Association. You can go find that and take all the tests and go through all the stuff and deal with all that, and instead of complain, you can do it yourself, right?
That's right. You deal with the bleacher creatures.
Yeah. So we're getting closer here to kickoff on the countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Hillary Communications. Getting ready for the coin toss here in just a little bit. As notice a couple of changes. The band is now in the north end zone, down by where the players run out, which is a little bit interesting to me. I don't know if we'll be able to hear them from down there, but they're certainly, that's their choice to do what they want to do here. Again, also, just to kind of keep you reminded, we will take a look at some scores from around the state tonight. There are a couple of games I'm really interested in. We believe that Altus is better than they have been in the past. Altus will be playing at home against Eisenhower tonight, so you can also watch that on either Altus or the Eisenhower channel. Another big city game as well, Lawton High against MacArthur, which should be a fun one. Of course, there's other games across the state on this network as well that you can check out when you have the time. Going out here for the Elgin Owls will be number 55, Keith Ferguson, number 9, Matthew Lund, number 4, Michael Adesola, number 6, Peyton Christensen, and number 60, Freddie Nina. That's the captains for the Elgin Owls for today.
Muldowney.
Captain for the Cash Bulldogs. We'll let announce them as they get a little bit closer here.
I should have brought my binoculars.
I've got one in the case somewhere. But our old eyes don't see too well. We'll wait till they kind of come this way.
Yeah, I'm old now. My eyes don't work like they used to.
Cash so far is 1-1 on the season on the coin toss. The one that they won, they lost the game, and the one that they lost, they won the game. So I always like to keep track of that in my head. I'm not a very superstitious guy, but I like to think about things like that. So coming out for the Cash Bulldogs will be number 3, Jarius Daniels, number 12, Connor Muldowney, number 55, Jacob Hudson, number 58, Noah Smith, will be back tonight as well.
22.
Number 22, Nick Valerio.
60.
Number 60 is Alex Fricky, and number 50, Nishan Barker, who's also back. So a couple of the guys that are been missing for a couple of weeks. It's going to be really good to have Nishan at. Talked to Coach Griffin. He said they know we've been missing him, so they've been kind of running it up the middle at us. And again, having Noah up there as well, he said we kind of give him a different look up front. Just Noah's 5'10", 275. That's a beefy dude, right? I mean, so you want to get those big guys up front. Nishan as well is a little smaller, 5'9", 160, but really he is the nose guard, and he plays it very, very well. Knows how to use his leverage, so it's going to be nice to have him back. Also see Casey Troutman on the field down there for Oklahoma Sports Network. He's doing some video work. Thank Caleb Hannabass, our producer extraordinaire. And also thank Chuck Yacchiani and Ethan Liddell, who is running camera tonight for us for the first time. Appreciate him.
It would be nice to have a little bit of size back in the middle of the line.
And we should have a scoreboard camera for you tonight. If you see something kind of flash in front of it at some point, we're sorry the wind is a little bit breezy up here. Even if we got to have one window open to drop some cords down, but we should have a scoreboard camera for you tonight. So as Cash won the toss and elected to defer. Elgin in the all blacks, the red helmet, will receive. So Cash will start on defense to start this game.
You know, you mentioned the wind. I'm just wondering how much the wind is going to affect the passing game because, I mean, it is a little brisk
It's a
out
little
there.
breezy. Again, that I was telling, I got my little, one of my sons here. I got my whole family. They'll be here tonight. He came with me to kind of set things up and help me. We went down there, and I told him, hey, watch the extra point on this north end zone. The guy put it right down the middle, and it ended up left of these bleachers here. I mean, by the time it went through, it had curved all the way. So the wind's a pretty heavy wind out of the northeast. It'll affect the kicking game. It's certainly going to affect the passing game, both directions that you're going here. And so we are going to be kicking off with the wind to start the game.
Because, you know, you can run a crisp route, but it's just a matter of what's the wind going to do to it and how's it going to dance around out there. You're going to have to be on target tonight and probably not have the chance to go as long going against the wind.
Get ready for the Cash Bulldogs to run out onto the field here in just a minute. They did bring the inflatable on the road. That used to be a sign of disrespect back in the day, but nowadays most people actually do it. So
I'm just glad they got one.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
We didn't have one back in the old days.
No, we just Here come the Elgin Owls off a 76-0 win last week against Anadarko. Nice crowd here on the Elgin sideline. Also, decent-sized crowd over there on the Cash Bulldog sideline. It'll be full once the band gets back into the stands. But they let off some smoke bombs down there as well. Great. Here come the Cash Bulldogs out onto the field trying to pull a major. This will be a pretty big upset this week. I know a lot of people giving the Cash Bulldogs a chance, but again, Coach Griffin said we can take care of the small things. Hey, the little guys can beat the big guys any day of the week. That's why they play the games.
Just do the little things, take care of the ball, and winning will take care of itself.
I want to thank our first quarter sponsor, Comanche Home Center. With over 50 years of experience in the lumber industry, they provide building materials to do it right. They got all kinds of carpet down there, all kinds of carpet products, all kinds of things. If you need anything, listen, Ace is the place for you. You can see them at 6902 Northwest Cash Road. Again, Cash will be in the white uniform with the red helmet going from left to right on your screen. Elgin in the black going from right to left.
I got to admit, I mean, the black on black, that is pretty sharp.
It looks good. Might be a little hot, but man, my next week it ought to be all right. Back deep for the Elgin Owls is number 84, very dangerous young man, senior Trayvon Crabtree. Of course, somebody that's been impressive to me this year for the Cash Bulldogs is Mr. Ben Angel down there, the kicker. Has been really doing a phenomenal job.
Yes.
Of even doing everything, punting, kicking, whatever. He's been doing a great job. Been one of the shining stars for the Cash Bulldogs this week, and he's got the wind to his back. As we get ready to kick this one off, let's get set for the Wayne's drive-in kickoff. Come on, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. We are ready to put this thing in play. Here we go, a nice high, deep kick. It's going to be into the end zone for a touchback.
A little too much mustard.
That's all right. That's you want to take Trayvon Crabtree out of the game any way that you can. The Elgin Owls will be starting on the 20-yard line. Again, we want to see if the Cache Bulldog defense can really, step up at the beginning of this game and, play with some confidence. That's really going to be really, really big, I think. Also, something to watch for, I think, tonight is number 24, Paulus Cache on this right end. Kind of a big, athletic man. Young man, looks like a man. The handoff is going to be to number 9 on the outside. He's got a whole bunch of room down the sideline. He may take this one to the house on the very first play of the game. Not the way you want to start if you're the Cache Bulldogs.
I think your play side end down there got hooked and then opened that hole for the back, take it all the way down the sideline.
80 yards to the house. Number 9, Matthew Lund.
But no, not the way we want to start off. Goes back to the alignment. Goes back to controlling your gap. So they'll figure it out. I mean, this is just the first play of the game. It's
now how are they going to respond? That's going to be the big thing. As Gabe Dittmeyer on for the extra point. The point is up and low, but it's going to be good. 7-0. Very, very early here. Elgin Owls lead the Cache Bulldogs on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. It's called the Juice. And at Jersey Mike's, it adds that jazz to your sub. Add a flavor zing with the Juice. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network as Elgin off to a very fast start, no pun intended. And Matthew Lund showed off his speed with the 80-yard touchdown run. Elgin leads this one 7-0, just 13 seconds into this game. Now, how does Cache respond? I mean, that's going to be key, right? Are they going to be able to kind of pick themselves back up? So get a drive that's just, kind of take some time and finish off with some points here. We get set for another Wayne's drive-in kickoff. Come on, everyone, let's go to Wayne's.
Well, the ideal thing would be to control the ball long enough where you can sit on it for 12 minutes.
It's going to be a short kick. Going to be fair caught at the 33-yard line by number 23, R.J. Samuels. And that's where the Cache Bulldogs will take off to start their first drive of this game. The Battle of the Wichitas. First shot's been fired.
And it wasn't no dud.
It was a big shot.
Looks like that's on Elgin.
So they're going to have him re-kick it.
And that's good because that means Elgin's got to run the length of the field again, get him tired.
Yeah.
Good strategy.
I suspect we'll probably see the same type of kick here. It's kind of a dangerous little spot there. That sun's still kind of in the eyes on the far sideline for R.J. Samuels is standing. As Gabe Dittmeyer gets set to kick this one off again. That feels like Groundhog Day. It looks a little bit like Groundhog Day, but it's taken at this time, not a fair catch, and
hang on to it.
It's going to be about the same result, taken at the 30. They're going to give him all the way up to the 34. Take that spot right there. That's where the Cache Bulldogs will start the first drive. Senior quarterback Tyler Harbin leading the offense out onto the field. Again, he had a much better week last week compared to the first week against Tuttle. Got confident again. The center snap certainly got better. He scored a touchdown 2 weeks in a row. Got this magic feet a little bit last week.
If Elgin's not willing to kick it deep, that means they've seen something on film from the returners.
Yeah, they're the worst.
So they're playing it safe and just kicking it short.
So Harvin rolled down the offset to the right. Couple of receivers to the top, couple of receivers to the bottom. Let's see what Cash can do offensively here. Going to be a pass out to the outside and blown up. That is an incomplete pass. Read very well by the Elgin Owls. Bring up a 2nd and 10 now for Cash. Again, how can the Cash Bulldogs respond? Right after that, just a pretty deflating run on first play of the game. You never want to. You see a lot of games to where there's a big play early in the game, and it's still early in the game. That play, when you look back later in the game, didn't have a whole lot of effect on the game, depending on how the team responds to that. So I want to see Cash just get sustain some yards here. You get some points on the board, that's great. But, take some clock, kind of wear the defense down a little bit. Harvin's going to drop back to pass. The game's being rushed on the outside. Got a man. That's going to be, should have been a pass interference, but they don't call it. Number 15, Kyrie Coleman, certainly got hit a little bit before the ball got there, but going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Cash Bulldogs.
And he's just kind of slow them down a little bit, settle them down, get them refocused, and that way they can start building on that momentum. But I think that long run kind of...
Yeah, you never know what that'll do to you. If you hear a lot of noise in the background, that is all the jugs and cowbells here at Elgin.
I guess somebody had a peeper.
Luke Montgomery, Logan Crawford to the top of your screen. Nowhere for Connor Bull down. He bring up a 4th down. They're catching like a little counter draw. It doesn't quite work. The Cash Bulldogs have to pump the ball away. So not even a minute into this game at this point, and had 2 possessions, and they're having to give the ball up.
Well, the 2 drop passes certainly didn't help, but they'll get it back together. I mean, it's still early. Got a lot of football to be played.
Punt was kind of shanked up the side of the foot. Takes a good bounce. Going to be inside the 50 down at the 48-yard line.
Little man needs to clip them toenails. I think he got it caught.
The Elgin Owls, 1st down and 10 on the 49, a 7-0 lead. The 80-yard touchdown run on the first drive by Matthew Lund. There's flags on the play. Be a false start on the Elgin Owls.
Once you're down, once you put your hand down as a lineman, you've got to keep it there until the ball's snapped.
It'll be 1st and 15 now for the Elgin Owls. Got another running back in the backfield,
and we
give him the
5
yards right back. Number 50, Nishan Barker.
He's the one that just came back from injury. I know he's a little antsy about getting out there wanting to hit somebody, but he's got to watch the ball.
Ritson Meyer, the running back in the backfield this time, with, haven't really mentioned him yet, Trace Lohr, the quarterback for Elgin. And a phenomenal, really a good game manager, good size arm as well. The ball's going to be handed off to Ritson Meyer again.
It's a good read by the linebackers, just knowing where to read in his hat, knowing where he's going to be, and then coming in and finishing up.
Ritson Meyer, only a sophomore. Do have an injury down on the field. We'll take a timeout with them here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Rose Technology Group specializes in audio, video, and lighting for schools, house of worship, home, and business. Work with our team's engineers to design the right system for your conference rooms, video telecommunications, stadiums, auditoriums, video walls, home theater, and automation. Whether your next project is large or small, let our team with over 150 years of combined experience help design the right system with simple, reliable technology.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Hope that injury's nothing too bad there. Brady Paraguay, I believe that was the center for the Elgin Owls. Brings up a 2nd and 6. 10:25 left to go here in the first quarter.
You know, I look down at their trainer, and I'm not used to seeing her. I'm used to seeing old friend of mine, Big Dan Talavera. Unfortunately, he passed away a year or two ago.
Matthew Lund with the run. Only gain of 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 now for the Cash Bulldogs. They're kind of settling in here a little bit. Again, if they can tackle, that's going to be huge. You can't miss tackles tonight or it's going to cost you.
Especially against a team this good. I mean, they're talented.
Yeah.
You can't make mistakes against teams like this or teams like Tuttle. Because they'll make you pay for it.
And watch out for Trayvon Crabtree at the bottom of your screen, one of Trace Laura's favorite targets. But they're going to hand it off to Matthew Lund, who's got a huge hole on the outside. Missed tackle. Going to be brought down finally at the 30-yard line. But enough for an Elgin Owls first down.
And that was one of the plays that concerned him, that little stretch right there. His own stretch. Everybody just getting somebody's way long enough to make something happen.
If you're Cash Bulldogs, you kind of need to stiffen up a little bit here. Try to force them to, I don't know if they'll be able to kick a field goal into this win. They're going to get pretty close. Trace Laura moving guys over. That's number 88 shifting around there. Adam Eaton. It's going to be hand off to the back to Ritson Meyer. Makes a man miss, but he's going to gain about 3 on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Elgin Owls. Nice job that time of making sure that after the first guy missed, they're able to clean up the tackle. Again, the Elgin backfield, very talented. Ritson Meyer, just a sophomore. A lot of people think he, definitely for the future is very bright for him. Matthew Lund is a senior, so we're going to see a whole lot the next couple of years of Mr. Ritson Meyer, who's currently in the backfield right now behind Mr. Trace Laura. We're going to see a heavy dose of running. Give me hand to Ritson Meyer on the outside, and they do a nice job of stretching it here, and they're going to, I think, probably stop him for about no gain. It might give him about a yard or 2 on the play, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 now.
Well, Muldowney got downhill fast and held him up long enough to get some help come in and help him run him out of bounds.
Connor Muldowney got across and got downhill and can spread that one out. And you can stretch him wide. You can get in on the tackle.
Oh, my gosh. Watch the ball.
Cash almost jumped off sides again. Very, very close. Want to be very aggressive tonight. It's Trace Lord's going to drop back to pass this time, and I think it's caught, and it's going to be a first down for the Elgin Owls. A simple little out route there to Trayvon Crabtree.
That's one of those it was really close. Because it looked like he trapped it off the ground, but he got enough of it under it.
And outside of Brick, really, you have to respect the speed of Crabtree. So he's playing quite a bit off of him. His size certainly can handle him, but his speed is going to be a little tough. Cash jumped off sides again. 5 yards, free 5 yards, 1st and 5. Now for the Elgin Owls. Ball be at the 13-yard line.
I'm sure his position coach will line him out once he gets back to the sideline about watching that ball. Don't jump.
Trace Ward drops back to pass game. Looking for Crabtree over the middle. He throws it up top to number 88, who I think it's picked off. We're going to say, he's out of bounds. Almost picked off. It's intended for number 80, Adam Eaton. Got knocked back in and almost picked off, but really, Cash player was out of bounds when he bobbled it and caught it. So, trying to hit the big one on 1st and 5. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5 now.
That's one of those drills, the tip drill.
Yeah.
They work on that and work on it, and that's the reason. When they bobble it or tip it, you got a good chance to make something happen.
Matthew Lund in the backfield again. Crabtree goes into motion. They're going to hand the ball to Crabtree. The right side, big hole inside the 5. Going to fight his way into the end zone after a few Cash Bulldogs missed tackles. Score 13-0 now. The Elgin Owls lead Cash Bulldogs. Really a well-designed play, but just a couple more missed tackles.
Yeah, I think part of the problem with those missed tackles is they stopped moving their feet. They made contact, grabbed them, and then they stopped moving their feet, saying that they didn't follow through with it.
So Dittmeyer on for the extra point attempt again.
And as I've said before, it's one of those things that are easily fixed.
Extra point is good. Elgin up 14-0 over your Cash Bulldogs. Watch the Cash Bulldog football here in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are celebrating.
Here at Pam and Barry's team, we've been helping you through the real estate process for more than 20 years.
We want to thank you for choosing our team to help you.
We sold our house at full asking price, and it took less than about a week to get our full asking price with Pam and Barry.
Don't go at it alone.
Let us handle it all here.
We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, the Cash Bulldogs trail this one 14-0. We get set for the Wayne's drive-in kickoff. Come on, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. 2 locations in Lawton. A rivalry week here at Elgin, the Battle of the Wichitas. So far, one-sided.
I just caught a glimpse of that move-in for Cash, and that's a big old boy.
Yeah, they've got some talent to help on the way, for sure, as Gabe Dittmeyer kicks this one off. Going to be taken at the 15-yard line by number 1, Avery Lawson.
Trust your blockers. Got to trust your blockers. Stay behind them. Something will open.
Get up to the 22-yard line. That's where the Cash Bulldogs will take over. Need to make something happen, at least, just get a drive, sustain, get a couple of first downs. Got to get a little confidence.
Yes, I mean, you only just need one play. Yeah. One play will turn this around and get the momentum going in our direction.
It's like a basketball, your shooter that's in a slump, you just need to hit one free throw and then you kind of get going. Something like that. Just get a couple first downs and see what happens. So they hand the ball off to Muldowney, and he is absolutely just swamped in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 12 now.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
And last year, Elgin won this game 27-0 back at Oryx Stadium. Cash trying to get a little payback tonight. Going to climb uphill to make that happen. So he goes back into the pistol. A little option to the outside. He's going to pitch it to Connor Muldowney. He didn't get to the outside. He's got some room, but he just gets tripped up.
If he can just turn that corner.
He had to lean forward a little bit to kind of escape the tackle. I think it threw him off balance. So it's going to be another loss on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 15. Not where you want to be for the Cash Bulldogs. Not really 3rd and 15 built type team. The Elgin crowd really into it tonight.
Don't need anything flashy, you just got to find the sticks.
Number 5, Luke Montgomery at the top of your screen. For R.J. Seamus at the bottom of the screen. They're going to bring pressure off the left side. They're going to have to get rid of it. The screenplay was set up very well. Kyrie Coleman couldn't hold on the ball. A punting situation now for the Cash Bulldogs.
Well, they got the look they wanted. They got Elgin bringing the house. And I don't think he looked it in. It hit his hands and he turned away.
Tyree Coleman couldn't quite pull that one in.
Got to look it into your hands and look it into the tuck.
Ben Angel set the punt. Number 2, Brody Morrison, the 5'10 sophomore. Again, this Elgin team is still a very young team. As Ben kicks this one, it's going to come this way because of the wind. It's a really funny bounce. Going to hit out of bounds, I think, the 47-yard line or so. They're going to mark him at the 48. Another great starting position for the Elgin Owls. Cash defense going to have to make something happen.
He needs to go deep into the playbook and pick out his favorite and go grab a formation that'll go along with it. But I know he's got some funky formations that he can run.
Yeah. Take a water break. We're going to keep it right here. Thankful that they are taking a water break. It's still pretty hot today. Some scores from around the state. Wagner, number 1 Wagner leads Tahlequah 7-0. We're throwing T-shirts up into the stands here. Big game tonight. Heritage Hall and Clinton should be a fun one. Two very traditional powerhouses in the state of Oklahoma. A lot of wins between those two teams. Also, two very passionate fan bases as well. If you've been to either place.
That'll be a close game.
Tuttle we saw in the first week. It takes on Noble tonight as well. Piedmont leads Blanchard 7-0. Other scores as well. Verdigris leads Catoosa 8-0. Class in SAS last night beat Southeast 69-6. We'll see Southeast here in a few weeks as well. Another rivalry game with Ada and McAllister. Hanging off this time to Matthew Lund. Another big hole as helmets come off. Matthew Lund is on the loose down to the 20-yard line where he's finally going to be corralled. They're gain of 32.
There's a flag on the play down here.
There's a flag back at the 42-yard line.
Actually, there should have been one before the snap because the center keeps picking the ball up and setting it back down, and that's a false start. He's not allowed to do that.
So Elgin's pointing at Cash. The refs aren't marching him back, so I think this may be on Cash.
Personal foul against the Bulldogs.
Personal foul on Cash. Will be half a distance to the goal.
That's one thing we don't need. We don't need the
silly stuff.
Yeah, because it's not helping. You're playing with emotions. You're already down, and you just got to keep your head. You can't help them out.
Another big game, Carl Albert and Muskogee. Pair of number 1s. Carl Albert leads that one 7-0. Bishop Kelly also leads Bishop McGinnis. That's kind of a shocker, 7-0 in the first quarter. Still very early. Trace Lohr at quarterback, Matthew Lund behind him. Heavy dose of that. They're going to roll out back to the right this time, and really very well covered, being chased from the backside, but a man running free, and that's number 88, Mr. Adam Eaton again.
Yeah, he snuck out of there because I thought we had everyone covered.
Elgin pouring it on right now, 20-0. Again, this is a high-powered offense. 76 points last week against Anadarko. Again, Cash, you can't just quit at this point. You know, that's what Coach Griffin's going to be making sure that these kids are still fighting as the extra point is up. And this is really low. I don't know if that one got there. It did to the left side. It's 21-0 now your score. You're watching Cash Bulldog Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Scooters Coffee, world-class coffee rooted in quality, with 2 locations to serve you in Lawton and Elgin. Wake up to the amazing aroma of quality, from their hot and iced drinks to blenders, smoothies, teas, to even their great food delights. Or why not try their at-home coffees or coffee on the go? Locally owned and operated, Scooters in Lawton and Elgin. Scooters, rooted in quality.
21-0 now. Your score. Elgin Owls jump up big in the first quarter on the Cash Bulldogs. We get set for another Wayne's drive-in kickoff. Come on, everyone. Let's go to Wayne's. We said that's the previous 2 times Elgin has scored. Will Cash respond? They've got to have something sustainable. Offense really has looked completely out of sync early in this game. Defense has missed some tackles. Got to have a bright play, big play somewhere.
If they can just put 3 or 4 plays together, move the chains, I think they'll snap out of it.
Taken by Avery Lawson. Got a little speed this time as he breaks up to the 30. Big hole, but saved by number 5, Josh Adesola for the Elgin Owls. Avery had a little bit of running room that time. There's a flag up at the 27-yard line.
Probably somebody trash talking.
It's going to be on Cash. They're pointing back at Cash. Farron Griffin, head coach of the Bulldogs, pointing something out. It's a personal foul.
Yep. Probably reminded him that they should watch both sides. It's not just one side, because it's always the second guy that gets caught.
Yeah, and you've got to teach your players that too. I mean, that's a discipline thing, right? It's I've taught you in any sports at all, it's always going to be like that.
Yes.
In a rivalry game, it's going to be these kids know each other very well. Things get a little chippy and things get sad and stuff like that. But you got to be disciplined. And Coach Griffin's not going to get any excuses for that. He's just a little frustrated right now. 5:12 left to go here in the Comanche Home Center first quarter in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Well, he'll line them out. He'll make sure he gets their attention about doing
Elgin's
things.
really trying to bring a lot of pressure. You notice from the line, they are really trying to bring it. And up the middle, got a little bit of room this time. One of the first positive plays really so far, and it's a gain of 4 on the play for Connor Muldowney. Bring up a 2nd and 6. They get a 7 and 5, excuse me. 2nd and 5.
Need another one just like that.
I think you have a potential for a big pass play. The way Elgin's being so aggressive up front. Over the middle as well is going to be a little bit open. It's going to take kind of shift to the left side. Bad snap as Harbin falls on the ball. Struggle from week 1 happening again here tonight.
It looked like the sandbacker was on a stunt. So, yeah, I mean, they're getting aggressive. They're trying to put it away.
So we have 3rd and 16 now for the Cash Bulldogs.
Let's go out.
Yeah, 3rd and long is not the position you want to be in. The Cash is going to call a timeout to think this one over. We'll think it through with them here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your health, you want and deserve the best. You want a hospital with the highest quality scores in the region and one that provides safe, excellent care. Southwestern Medical Center has been a part of this community for 115 years and has a history of delivering compassionate, skilled health care to Lawton and Fort Sill. Choose the hospital that has always put the health of this community first. Southwestern Medical Center. Be well. Live well. That's
back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 3rd and long. 3rd and 17, I guess. 16 to be exact. Harbin got 2 receivers to the top, 2 in the bottom. He drops back to pass. He's going to just throw this one up deep. And I think it's not a bad idea to kind of take a shot. And that one is intended for number 5, Luke Montgomery. Just a little bit of time. There is a flag in the backfield. I think it might be a roughing.
Well, that's the shot they needed to take, because now it puts it in Elgin's mind that Cash is going to go for it when they need to.
It is a roughing the passer on the Elgin Owls. So it'll be a 1st down for the Cash Bulldogs. So again, that aggressiveness, it's hard even as a young guy to pull up sometimes, and so that's going to happen. So it was the first down, I believe, for Cash tonight. .349 left to go here in this first quarter. And all Elgin early. Number 13, Josiah Thomas checking in the game for the first time, I believe, tonight for the Cash Bulldogs. Play clock still sitting at 40. I guess they're going to start winding it right now. Harding goes under center. I put a man in motion with a little pop play, and they do, and it is just absolutely destroyed in the backfield.
Well, part of that pop is that they're taught to make a little bubble out after you get the ball. Bubble out, get away from that trash. He just kept on running. He didn't get away from the trash. So that's one of the things that they've got to go back and work on, get more reps.
There's got to be, it's a separation thing right there. You just kept running straight down the line. Got to give yourself a little room on the arcing run. Bring up a 2nd and 13 now for Cash. I like giving them the look anyway, just to show them we're still willing to run that. Conwell Downey in the backfield. Josiah goes into motion again. Fake handoff to him. Conwell down the left side this time. He's going to get back to the 25, bring up a 3rd and 8 for Cash.
Well, the thing about the pop, it opens up the triple there on the run, but it also opens up your passing game. Because one of my favorite plays out of it is the wide receiver stop. Just get it behind all the trash and dump it to him.
Harry Coleman, Luke Montgomery to the top of your screen. Conwell Downey shifts to the right as Harbin backs off the center. Kyrie Coleman goes into motion and fakes the handoff, and Harbin's got some room. He can make a man miss. Gets to the outside, and he's going to have the first down. It looks like. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. It will be enough for a Cash Bulldog first down. Use the feet of Harbin to make something happen. 2 weeks in a row, has scored a rushing touchdown for Cash. Again, just, play by play, little thing here and there. That will be a first down for Cash. We should establish some momentum, get this game within a score or two at halftime. Still in good shape. Cash will be getting the ball to start the second half. Play clock, they better hurry. Play clock is down to 5. I don't know if they're going to get this one off or not. They do, just to get off a high snap, but they're going to call delay a game. Yep. Oh, they're calling off false start, excuse me. They're trying to get that one off so fast. It will be a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. In the huddle a little bit too long. There's an injured Elgin Owl on the field. We're going to take a timeout with them here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Cash Bulldogs. 1st and 15. Reset the play clock.
Hope that kid's all right. Hate to see anybody get hurt.
First down after the false start. Harbin's going to look to his right. He's going to try to throw it up again and caught over the middle. Nice job of kind of sitting on that ball. Number 2, Logan Crawford. Really well thrown ball. They're going to mark him just short about a yard. Really nice poise there by Tyler Harbin. Watch Elgin be aggressive here on this play. He might throw the ball out to the out. If he can get blocked, he's going to have the first down. And really nice job there. It's going to be a first down, I think, but Nice job by the defense to chop that one down. It is a first down, but really took on 2 guys by himself there. Either way, Cash Bulls will have a first down. Trying to show some tempo right now, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Elgin Owls are going to. Harbin fakes the ball, keeps it up the middle, and going to be hammered, but gain about 2 on the play.
That was a good read. Had he bounced it to the outside where there was more green, that might have gone a little bit more. Possibly down the end zone.
So they slow down the tempo a little bit, maybe getting a little tired. And showed 3 plays in a row now. Kind of back off a little bit. 20 on the play clock, still plenty of time. Right under a minute now. Cash really needing to kind of sustain a drive. Take this crowd out of the game would be nice too. They're kind of loud. In a game like this, they certainly have the factor. So 2nd and 8. Handoff is to Carmel Downey. Nice job breaking through the hole. They only get a minimal gain. Going to gain about maybe 2 more if they're generous. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Cash gets down here with a couple of yards. They might go for it on 4th down.
If he'd get just a little bit lower behind his pads, he can fight through some of that.
I think Cash Bulldogs are content to take this one to the 2nd quarter. Clock's ticking down. Play clock, that's what they're going to do. So we're going to take a timeout here. Cash, big mountain to climb, down 21-0 as we head into the 2nd quarter, but they're on the move. You're watching Cash Bulldog football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your...
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So we head into the Vincent Saylor State Farm 2nd quarter. Vincent Saylor State Farm. By the way, Mr. Vincent Saylor is just a few booths down from us on the Cash. It's not on the Cash anymore. He was a former Cash Bulldog network here, but he's with Elgin now. Vincent Saylor State Farm. Not only can they provide auto and home insurance, which State Farm is most known, but they also provide life, health, small business insurance, plus financial services. Come in, call, or click for a free quote today. It's our team goal to build lasting relations. Call 580-699-2771. He also taught LSU football. I know he wasn't happy with that result the other night. Tyler Harbin looking for room. Got to the outside, but it's tipped away. Really nice job by number 23, Andre Crabtree, to knock that one away. So, again, I think we might see how Cash is not going to go for. They're going to bring on Ben Angel, the punter here.
I think he was a little bit early on that throw because this guy, the receiver, hadn't really got into his break yet. So just need to settle him down.
Remember last week, if you were Cash, there was a fake punt last week. Elgin saw that last week. They're probably set up for that just in case. Ben Angel back to punt. He's going to put a nice spiral low, and this really should take a good hit, but yeah, it takes a good backward bounce. It's going to be down at the 18-yard line. 34-yard punt by Mr. Ben Angel. That's where the Elgin Owls will take over with 11:44 here to go in the Vincent Saylor State Farm 2nd quarter. Like I was saying with Mr. Vincent down there, he is a huge LSU fan as well. So if you want to go talk LSU football with him, I was texting him back and forth at halftime of the game tonight. He said, hey, we should be way more ahead than we are right now. And then that game started going south on them in an absolute hurry. They are, he's definitely struggling with that. Also a big New Orleans Saints fan since he's from Louisiana. NFL kicking off last night. Kind of a shocker, if you will. Detroit Lions taking down the Kansas City Chiefs.
That was a shocker.
I want to thank the Detroit Lions defense for helping my fantasy football team out a little bit as I'm going against Patrick Mahomes this week. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic has specialized in the medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle for the past 40 years. And they provide all treatments under one roof. From x-rays, radial pulse therapy treatment, to surgical treatments, all with one goal in mind, providing the highest quality medical care with good old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. Call to set up an appointment today. Southwest Foot and Ankle, 580-357-8720.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, the Elgin Owls will be on their 18-yard line to start this drive. Again, we've seen a lot of Matthew Lund tonight. Also quite a bit of Ritson Meyer, the sophomore and senior tandem. Hand to Matthew Lund again. This time, nice job of making the tackle by Gunnar Tate at the 23-yard line, but it's still going to be a decent gain of about 4 to bring up a 2nd and 6. Cash.
I think they finally settled into going with that stretch and then finding the creases where they can make the plays.
Two is here to the top of the screen, two to the bottom, or one to the bottom for Elgin Owls. It's Michael Adesola at the bottom. Matthew Lund in the backfield with Trace Lohr at quarterback. They're going to pull and kind of follow that guard coming around, and Lund drops his head. Going to have a first down. Really nice job, Matthew Lund. That guard kind of got pulled over and just kind of followed him through. Very patient run. You don't have to hit the home run every time, but you kind of work your way for a first down.
It scares me when defenders come in like that and they duck their head.
That's dangerous.
I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. But he made the stop.
Trips to the top, one at the bottom. Lohr's got a lot of time, got a man running wide open. I think they thought they jumped off sides, but half the team just stopped. So the receiver over here moved on the bottom of the screen, but it looks like everybody stopped because they thought something had stopped. And all the kids just stopped, like the play was done.
Yeah, but unless you hear a whistle, you keep playing. And that kid just jogged right behind Crawford and got his name in the paper.
27-0 now your score.
Well, that's one of the things that you always tell them. No matter what, if you don't hear a whistle, you go 100%.
Extra point is up and good. Elgin now leads 28-0 here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Community Health Center's high-quality health care is convenient to wherever you are in the region. We're here for you, whether it's our main clinic on Southwest Lee Boulevard or any of our other locations in Lawton. LCHC has additional clinics in Marlow, Comanche, Cache, Medicine Park, Apache, Elgin, and Burns Flat, with more on the way. Enjoy peace of mind knowing quality care from experienced providers is always available. LCHC, your hometown healthcare.
Back on the Oklahoma Sports Network as we get set for another Wayne's drive-in kickoff. Come on, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. 10:34 left to go here in the second quarter. Elgin leads 28-0. I don't know, again, what happened on that last play. It's called a bust if you want to, but it looked like about half the team of Cache in the secondary they just stopped. They just stopped, and they were pointing at something. But either way, the play stands. It's a touchdown. Elgin with a 4-touchdown lead at this point.
And we talked about this during a total game. You go in and you just tell them, just play.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the scoreboard. You just play. And it gives you time to go back on film and see what needs to be fixed.
Luke Montgomery takes the ball to 5. A little starburst play, and Harbin going to be spun down to 23.
Because this just gets you ready for the district stretch.
Right. And again, this you want to win every game you can. If you're trying to learn stuff about your team so you can fix that stuff up. Week off next week, going into district at home against Woodward here in a couple weeks. So, again, these games – yeah, you want to win them, but in the end, like Coach Griffin said, he said there's two seasons. He said he calls it the preseason, which is this. And he said he calls it the district season, then he calls playoffs the fun season, right? So you want to have, preseason, you're learning some things. You'd like to win every game, but in the end, it doesn't matter. You're trying to learn to get better for district because these games have no effect right now that we're playing on the playoffs at all. So you're just trying to get in through district play.
Of course, on this one, you want to win this one.
Sure, rivalry, they definitely matters. I thought that was a backward pass, and so what kind of a weird play there.
Must be one of those that he said he's just going to pull out of the bag.
So they're going to call it. Okay, it's going to be a second. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. I think the ball was thrown backwards, but they're going to call it a 2nd and 10 anyway. Harvin looking out the pass again, and nice catch by number 23, R.J. Samuel. Is going to get up to about the 30-yard line. A gain of 7, bring up a 3rd and maybe a long 3. Like the composure there by Mr. Tyler Harvin. Has shown some success tonight through the air.
That was a good. That was a good catch. But it's things like that, just the little things. Just get what you can, roll them to bed, and then go for the big one.
Avery Lawson at the bottom of your screen is one-on-one. They're going to hand the ball up the middle. They fake that, throw it out, but it's tipped. Pass intended for number 2, Logan Crawford. And again, Cash will have to punt the ball away. Just looking out of sorts tonight on offense. Look at some scores from around the state here in just a moment.
He got a hold of that one.
Good punt, hits and touch, I believe.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
At the 34-yard line.
Got to pick it up or they're going to come in behind you and take off with it.
Some scores from around the state. Canadians out in Texas, they play Elk City every year. Canadian is leading Elk City 14-12 in the second quarter. Heritage Hall and Clinton. Heritage Hall 14-7 in the first quarter. Perkins Tryon over Cushing 14-0 right now. That game in the second quarter. Claremont over Oologah 27-20. Tecumseh over Seminole right now 7-0 in the first quarter. Collinsville over Skytoke 41-0 in the second quarter. Weatherford up over El Reno 7-6. That's a pretty big battle as well. Tuttle leads Noble 14-0. McAllister leads 8-6-0. Laura moves 2 guys from the bottom to the top of the screen. Let me hand it off to Ritson Meyer. He's going to be cut down right there at the line of scrimmage this time. Nice job by the Cash Bulldog front line.
Some success. That's what they need. That El Reno Weatherford game is pretty close.
Ritson Meyer, the sophomore quarterback. Running back. Trace Lohr, the senior quarterback. Pretty much every skill position out there for Elgin is really it's a good player on the team. They're going to throw the ball deep this time, intended for number 4, and nice job. That is not pass interference. As they look, they're going to try to beg for pass interference there, but nice job by Alex Heidebrick there. He put his hands up, turned around, looked at the ball a little bit.
Yeah, the ball was underthrown, so
those underthrown balls, they come back and cause pass interference. Nice job that time, though. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10. See if Cash can get them off the field for the first time tonight.
It's a big down. We'll see what we got.
Alex Heidebrick really has been playing. He's been phenomenal the first couple of games. Played a little bit last year here and there. Playing a lot more this year.
He's done a good job on both sides of the ball.
Laura looks again over the middle, up the top, and is caught by number 88. Adam Eaton again, but he's tackled the 32-yard line with Camden Hance. Another first down for the Elgin Owls.
We need to get out of that pattern of following a good play with a bad play.
Out to Ritzenmeyer to the left side. Big hole. Makes a man miss. Out to the 20. Still on his feet. Finally tackled at the 18-yard line. Gained good of 14 and a first down for Elgin. This one's getting a little out of hand, Chuck. Got to get a stop or turnover here.
They just need to come in and just clean somebody's clock where they don't want that ball anymore. But we're kind of tiptoeing around that. I mean, we're getting there. We're making plays.
You got to give a little credit to Elgin. This Elgin team is one that could go a long ways in Class 5A. Hand off the ball on the right side. And just another missed tackle there. Another first down, this time down to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, I'm sure if they get the right draw coming out of their district, they could at least go semifinals, maybe the finals. But we have to take care of business tonight.
7:20 left to go here in the second quarter. Brought to you by Vincent Sailor State Farm. And off to Ritzenmeyer, going to be touchdown for the Elgin Owls. 34-0 now your score. One is up and good. 35-0 now your score. Elgin Owls running away with this one here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Your job can get dirty. You need a solution. At Waste Solutions, we offer front-end loaders, roll-off containers, and dumpsters for any job, large or small. We also provide residential trash services for Lawton's outlying communities. We've got a solution for small businesses, contractors, construction companies, and everybody in between. We're a locally owned company, and we've been serving our community for 21 years. We love Southwest Oklahoma, and we take care of our own. Every dirty problem has a solution. Waste Solutions. Click or call today.
Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, 35-0 now your score. Elgin leading the Cash Bulldogs. Still 7 minutes till halftime, but don't go away at halftime. We've got the halftime show brought to you by Phillips Music, and the Elgin band will be performing at half, and they've got a really big and it's a phenomenal band here, so you want to make sure you pay attention to that. Get set for another Wayne's drive-in kickoff. Come on, everyone. Let's go to Wayne's. 2 locations in Lawton. He's going to be kicked deep and taking out the 2-yard line. Big head of steam right up the middle and runs over a guy, but he's going to be tackled at the 30. Seems to be that return, kind of a hole in the middle there, last couple returns.
I think the coverage team was expecting the starburst. They kind of broke down a little bit. He just took it right in there. No handoff.
So Cash will take over at their own 31, trying to make something happen for the first time tonight. Get to try to chip away, just get a little bit of confidence moving forward.
It's one play at a time.
I'm not a pessimist by any way, but 35 this point's pretty big hill to climb.
Well, we're doing this to get Elgin's confidence up.
Okay.
We're going to strike right here.
High snap handed off. So kept by Tyler Harvey. Excuse me, on the outside, and absolutely nothing doing again. Bring up a second and even a loss of a yard on play, so 2nd and 11 now for Cash.
Again, it comes down to execution. Just following your block, finishing your blocks, following your blocks, taking a good handoff, and taking care of the ball.
Put the ball on the ground. Did he fall on top of it? I think he did.
He caught it.
Kind of a botched play there. Like he's going to hand off. The snap's a little bad. Running back Muldowney ran into Harbin, but they want to make something out of nothing there. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
These are the things you want to clean up before you get to the Woodward, Southeast. You want to get these teams cleaned up and out of the way.
Up under center this time. Put a man in motion. Hand the ball up the middle, but not going to work. Loss of 2 on the play. Maybe another 4th down punting situation.
Well, you get in the habit of only time you're going to hand it off like that's when you're under center. Well, that's an easy tendency to pick up.
Yeah.
You got to figure out, how you can get back to the pop without getting under center, or kind of get away from this pistol. One or the other.
Punt again for Cash. Good punt. Take a sideways bounce and die right there at the 34-yard line. That's where the Elgin Owls will take over with just under 5 minutes left to go. Here in the Battle of the Wichitas, it's been a slaughter so far. Don't know how to put it any nicer than that. It's been one-sided. So right now, if you're Cash, what are you looking for? What if you're Coach Griffin? What are you saying to the guys on the sideline right now?
One play at a time. You take one play at a time, execute, and finish. It just comes down to that. You got to take the fundamentals. Take care of those things, and good things will happen. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Don't worry about the guy. Just finish your job.
So Laura's going to draw back to pass. We flush out. He's got a wide open wide receiver. The 42-yard line. It's going to be short a little bit. I'm going to bring up a second and 2 now. After the catch by Michael Addisol, the 5'11 senior.
But you got to do your best, no matter what, to keep their heads up. Don't let them hang their heads. Make sure that there's still some fight. Because the moment they start hanging their heads, it's going to get a lot uglier. And this is ugly right now.
Back to Lund. He's going to look deep over the middle. We got a guy wide open at the 50. Down the sideline, 45-30. Knocked out of bounds. Right at the 30-yard line. Number 2, Brody Morrison, the 5'10 sophomore.
But one of the defensive keys was tackling, and if you're going to shove somebody, that's not going to get them down. You've got to get up and strike them.
Matthew Lund made a couple of guys miss to the outside, being chased by Luke Montgomery, and we tackled at the 5-yard line. Get a first down for Elgin. Matthew Lund up the middle for the 5-yard touchdown for the Elgin Owls. 41-0, now your score.
It's a deja vu all over again.
Yeah, it does look a little bit like the Tuttle game. They're going to call illegal shift, so that will come back. Ball put at the 12-yard line now. Swap the touchdown off the board. Heritage Hall now leads Clinton 21-7. Second quarter. Ada McAllister tied up at 6. Newcastle and Plainview. Plainview, a nice little team out of down by Ardmore, 7-7. Laura looks at the Lund, got all kinds of room. Touchdown for Matthew Lund, 12-yard touchdown reception. 41-0, now your score.
Well, now they should get creative, start stunting. Start stunting from every angle that you can. Try and put some pressure on.
Denmark kicks the extra point. It's no good this time. 41-0, still your score. 3:18 left to go here in the first half on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Cash Bulldogs trail us from 41-0. Gets that for another Wayne's driving kickoff. Come on, everyone. Let's go to Wayne's.
You know, Wayne's will be really good right now. I'm hungry.
This sounds really good. I'm currently on a diet, so Wayne's is just tempting me every time I say their name. Thanks, Elgin.
I'm on a diet too. Seafood.
Everything you see, you eat, huh?
Everything I see, I'm going to eat. And if you're close by and you hear me and you like me, bring me some nachos. If not, just bring the jalapenos.
What they're going to watch on film for this game definitely is the effort. You know, Coach Griffin, when they get down in games like this, he kind of likes to watch film to make sure that
making sure they're still in it. Yeah, they're not making sure they're not giving up on themselves.